So soft power is all about exerting influence in the international arena without the use of coercion. And if you look at the UN Sustainable Development Goals, it's very apparent how international sustainability is, be that the reduction of hunger or climate change or any number of different sustainable development goals. Countries are very able to help one another, but they can also negatively affect one another. So it's incredibly important that countries manage their sustainability carefully so that they're not seen as bad actors and can maintain their reputation and relationship with other countries and then develop that soft power that is so essential, whether that's for business and trade, for geopolitics, or for tourism. As you say, it's been a very challenging time to be a sustainability professional, particularly looking at what's happening in the international geopolitical arena at the moment. But I think what gives me optimism is that not everyone operates on the 4-year political cycle, and actually investors are making much longer term bets on sustainability. And despite the turmoil that might have been happening in the last month or two, what's become apparent and what was really reinforced by Kerry's speech earlier in the day was that the financial and economic case for sustainability is there. Investors have made their decisions and they're continuing to make those decisions. And so I think over the much longer term, we're going to see that continued commitment to sustainability, and whether it's 2030 or 2040 or 2050, we will get there, and that commitment will continue. So there's a small number of countries that come at the very top of the sustainability metrics in Brand Finance's Global Soft Power Index. Those are Switzerland, Japan and the UK. The US and Canada also come top in a couple of categories. This is sort of revealing of a couple of interesting points really. So one is that we see countries that are perceived to be nature adjacent performing very well when it comes to sustainability. So if you think of, say, Canada or Japan or Switzerland, as well as their advancement in technology, some of the first things that come to mind are their pristine mountain landscapes. So there's a lesson there for other countries, which is that it's very important to promote the sustainability that you have and promote your connection to nature, because those are things that really resonate with global publics and other audiences, and it's something that Japan and Canada and Switzerland have done very successfully. I think what's also true is that those are very large, very well-known countries, and that can be a challenge because there are other countries that do perform well that don't get the same recognition for their sustainability. And so there's a challenge in terms of investing in communication as part of a well-developed soft power plan in order to get that recognition that you deserve. We've actually done a little bit of extra analysis this year to try and look at the gap between real sustainability and perceived sustainability. And there are some nations that really aren't getting the credit they deserve despite performing quite well on the UN SDGs, many of them in Eastern Europe, such as Croatia, Ukraine, but also countries like Jamaica. So they're really primed for growth if they can just get that message across. The Soft Power Summit is incredibly important. It's now in its 6th year. Soft power as a concept I think is incredibly powerful, and never more so than this year when it seems as though hard power is edging forwards in terms of its prominence. But it's interesting to reflect on what Kerry said and what some of the other speakers have said today, which is that actually in a world that is becoming a bit more fractious, soft power and understanding soft power is actually ever more important. If the rules-based order decays slightly, exerting influence in a subtle way is actually going to become more and more important. So it's ever more important for any country, whatever the size, whatever their position geopolitically, to understand their soft power, to be able to leverage it effectively.